Good afternoon, good evening, Jar of Marble dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles. And I'm Bob. Hello, Bob. How are you going? Good. I'm good. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I have found the best way to forge connection, even more established connection, the quickest indicator is to be humour. So that's what I'd like to talk a little bit about this week, about humour, because it says so much. It does? It does. It says something about another's intelligence, their outlook on life, how silly they can be, even kindness. Kindness? Well, yeah, because maybe they would like to put a smile on your face, make you giggle a little bit, can involve their creativity, their beliefs, self-awareness, yeah, and self-esteem. Humour is such a revealer of a person, and if you have the same kind of humour, you most likely view the world in a similar way. Hey, if you get an email with the subject knock knock, don't open it. It's a Jehovah's Witness working from home. With shared humour, you may have similar values. It's kind of a litmus test for me, something I've unconsciously I looked for in people. You know, does their reaction to my humour encourage me to build on the laughs, get sillier? I get paid to be nice at work, not sure why my friends and family expect the same shit for free. Well, yes, that's quite right, Bob. That's what I thought, yeah. Or does it drag it out to a didum? A standstill? Do their eyes glaze over, which is also kind of funny? Do they openly enjoy the laughing? Well, I do kind of love bad jokes. Yeah, but you're a bit cheeky. I can be. You purposely on occasion tell bad jokes. I do, yes. I like that silence, that non-recognition in the eyes, not sure what they're supposed to do. Should they smile, laugh? And you're the only one that's laughing. Could be said they're not your people. Could be. Tact, the ability to tell someone to go to hell in such a way that they look forward to the trip. Absolutely, Bob. Yeah. It is a universal language that transcends borders, backgrounds and beliefs, offering us a shared space where laughter becomes the great equaliser. And talking about equalising, my husband and I, hold on a minute, that's your turn. All right. Well, my husband and I didn't fart in front of each other for 5 years. 5 years? Yeah, I know, it's silly now, but we didn't. This is important to my story. Why? Well, because when it finally happened, I nearly laughed myself and a few other people off a porch. Oh, okay, you better tell us the story. Okay, well, many years ago, we had a holiday place down the coast by the sea. We'd done some renovations, which my husband, we actually did most of them, being the clever guy that he is, and it was decided we needed to put up a new fence around the porch, which was about 3 feet off the ground. And we had our neighbours over one evening out the porch, enjoying the sea breezes, and suddenly I could feel a bit of a big farty poo brewing. Oh no! And after 5 years, I released the biggest fluffy. Ha! Fluffy! Yes, well, everyone except my husband laughed so hard for so long that we nearly literally rolled off the porch because my hubby was so stunned, I suppose. A, first fart, and B, in front of our guests. It was all too much, which made it even funnier. I mean, they're still our dear friends today. And I still have my husband. So in this case, I was right to trust a fart. Trust a fart. That's right. So at its core, humour is not just about jokes or funny situations. And interestingly, our friends did have some concerns at the time, and they were both so relieved, nay, grateful, truly, to have had such a really good laugh. You're welcome. It's about the ability to find lightness in darkness, not take yourself too seriously, connection and contrast, and joy in the mundane. What about those good old belly laughs? Oh, they're just the best, aren't they? And we always need more of those. There's a quiet elegance in humour's timing, a cleverness in its construction, and a generosity in its sharing. I do like jokes, and you do, and I thank thee. Oh, did you hear about the man who died after falling into a giant coffee vat? His wife told reporters he didn't suffer. It was instant. Ha 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 ha. A well-placed laugh can break tension in an otherwise heated room, disarm hostility or soothe pain. I like to pull my husband's leg hairs ever so gently, not necessarily to make him laugh, but break monotony, or say if we're sitting in a quiet place in a doctor's office ever so quietly. You do that, don't you? Yep. And as I recall, we were in a doctor's office one day having a very serious chat about something, and every time the doctor looked down at his notes, I pulled some hairs on my hubby's arms and he would sort of squeak, like a muffled scream.
Oh, that's bad. And yet, heard of anti-stalking?
No, not really.
It's where you learn a person's routine in order to avoid them.
Or in difficult moments, humour often becomes a form of resilience, doesn't it? A gentle reminder that even in the face of adversity, we still have the power to smile.
Oh, yes, there's a truth there.
The worst thing we can do is forget to smile and have a giggle. Lightens our load as we go through life. And as we all know, life can have some tough bits.
I wonder if a margarita is out there thinking about me too.
Maybe, Bob. Maybe. Humour brings people together.
I do think, though, that some things are better left unsaid, and I usually think that right after I've said it.
Whoops. Now, whether through shared inside jokes, cultural satire, or even the viral memes of the digital age, it builds bonds and bridges differences. #humour. My parents used to make jokes about one another's noses.
Their noses?
Yeah. Mum used to say to my father that he could rent his nose out as a ski slope. To which my dad would say, her nose enters the room 5 seconds before she does. Or with a nose like that, he doesn't need a map. He can just sniff his way home. Anyway, and us kids would laugh so much. It allowed us, to play. And also, obviously, humour allows us to play with language, question authority, poke fun at ourselves and reflect on the absurdity of life without bitterness.
I was going to clean the car today, but then I realised the book is not going to read itself.
That's right, Bob. Right on, right on. And what makes humour truly beautiful is its unpredictability. It can sometimes catch us off guard, can't it, and surprise us with truth and invites us to see the world from a different perspective. In a world often weighed down by seriousness, humour offers a breath of fresh air, a spark of joy and a celebration of our shared humanity.
Why is it important to laugh though?
Well, Bob, laughing's important because it just makes you feel really good and it has powerful effects on both your physical and your mental well-being, and it reminds you of priorities, what actually matters amongst all the muck. Laughing reminds you, say, about beauty.
I can't stop thinking about people who first ate mushrooms through trial and error. Like this one tastes like beef and this one killed Gary instantly and this one made me see God for about 3 weeks.
It's always a Gary. Or the first that looked at a snail and thought, that's a lovely slimy thing with a crunchy shell. I wonder if that's tasty. Yummy. So laughing reduces stress.
No shit, Sherlock.
All right there, Bobo. Laughter lowers levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, helping you to feel more relaxed.
Yes, it does. It's okay to talk to yourself. It's even okay to answer yourself. But when you ask yourself to repeat what you just said, you may have a problem.
All right. So laughing boosts mood. It triggers the release of endorphins. Your brain feels good. The brain feel-good chemicals, which can improve mood and combat anxiety or depression.
Before the internet, most people thought villages only had one idiot. Well, we did not have that right.
It strengthens social bonds. Shared laughter builds connection, as I said, and nothing better than having a big old laugh with a few people. It's just such a great sound, isn't it, laughter? Like a baby's laughter or a little child's laughter. It can build a kind of trust between people and deepens your relationships.
You let them shenan once and they'll shenan again.
True. Humour supports physical health. It improves circulation, boosts your immune system and can even relieve pain by increasing pain tolerance, and it improves perspective. Humour helps you see situations in a less threatening light, doesn't it, which can aid in problem solving, and you just feel so much better, quicker.
I don't know about you, but I don't have any more passwords left in me.
Actually, Bob, I think you're onto something there. In short, laughter is a natural, free and enjoyable way to boost your health and connect with others. But so what usually makes you laugh the most?
My jokes, definitely. That would be that would be me.
Yeah, well, you make me laugh a lot, so yes. Humour is a deeply human trait, isn't it? Rooted in both our evolutionary history and complex brain functions.
Not everyone was born to cook. I personally was born to hold conversations with someone who's cooking. So, know your strengths.
Thank you.
That's all right. Yeah.
It's likely evolved as a social tool, helping early humans bond, diffuse conflict, and communicate indirectly. From a biological perspective, humour taps into cognitive, emotional, and social processes, making it a uniquely complex mental phenomenon.
A phenomenon, I tells you, yeah.
What about the oranges? Oranges?
Yeah, what about the oranges?
I was going to say, what about the origins of humour? From the bit of research I did, it seems to suggest that it probably developed as a byproduct of intelligence, language, and social living.
A co-worker said to moi, "Could you be any more annoying?" So the next day I wore tap shoes to work. And you're welcome.
Evolutionary psychologists suggest it helped our ancestors.
Must be ancestors of mine because I'm very helpful.
Yes, and strengthen social ties through shared laughter, display intelligence or witty creativity, jokes or playful teasing. Certainly help them to cope with stress and danger by reinterpreting threatening situations playfully.
Again, must be rellos of mine, for I am very playful, dead set, full-blown, fun guy, really.
That you are, Bob.
Yeah.
Children begin to laugh before they can talk, don't they? Usually anyway, some more than others.
Oh, I do believe.
And even animals like apes and rats show signs of laughter during play.
Really?
Yeah, suggesting humour has ancient roots in mammalian behaviour.
Mammalian?
Yes, Bob.
I just wanted to hear myself say it. I'm compelled to ask, what part of the brain does humour come from?
Well, humour involves multiple brain regions working together, and here are the key players. The prefrontal cortex,
Oh, yes.
handles understanding and constructing jokes. It's crucial for abstract thinking and recognising surprise, a key element of many jokes. Then there's the temporal lobes.
Oh, like the temporal knights.
No, Bob, I think you're thinking of a book title there. In this instance, it's the temporal lobes.
Earlobes?
No, Bob, especially the temporoparietal junction, which helps process language and social context, important for getting jokes.
Ah, yes, the getting of jokes. I get it.
Amygdala and limbic system, these areas handle emotions and contribute to the pleasurable response, that feeling of amusement.
Ah, yes, I love that when people split their sides laughing at my jokes.
Nucleus accumbens or accubans.
Oh, Godfathers, who cares?
Someone might, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, part of the brain's reward system, it releases dopamine when we find something funny, creating that lovely sense of enjoyment. And then there's the cerebellum.
Galileo.
What's that, Bob?
Mamma mia, let me go.
Moving on, the cerebellum, surprisingly involved in timing and rhythm, including the pacing of jokes and responses like laughter. In short, humour isn't located in just one funny centre of the brain.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's a networked experience involving language, emotion, memory, and social awareness.
Man, you've got to be super intelligent, don't you, really?
Well,
Yeah, that whole networked experience involving all these parts of the brain.
well, yeah,
Yeah, I'm a man of great brainage.
that you are, Bob.
That I am.
Being funny is one of the sexiest traits a person can have, not because it fits a traditional mould of attractiveness, but because it cuts straight through tension, self-consciousness and pretense. Humour disarms people and makes you feel safe. When someone can make you laugh, walls start to come down, you stop overthinking, you stop posing, and you just start being you just start being real. There's something deeply intriguing about a person who doesn't take themselves too seriously, someone who can find the absurdity in everyday life and turn it into a shared moment of joy. It's not just about telling jokes, it's about timing and your presence and your perspective, I guess. It shows intelligence, wit, especially if it's sharp and fast, it reveals a nimble mind. That mental agility is incredibly attractive.
Oh, yeah, if you think so.
I do. #humour.
I was thinking, nay, contemplating, birds literally just eat, travel and poo on anything they like.
All right.
I don't know about you, but that's the lifestyle I'm striving for.
Yes, Bob, aim high.
Oh, from on high.
That's quite good. But beyond the spark of intrigue, humour creates connection, doesn't it? Laughter is a social glue.
And if potatoes can become vodka, you can become anything you like.
Yeah.
I'm a literal community service wrapped up in a swivel of laughter.
Yes, you are, Bob. When you laugh with someone, it's like your nervous system syncs up for a moment, doesn't it? There's relief in that. It's why people tend to trust those who can make them laugh. It's why an awkward first date, for example, was saved by self-deprecating jokes, why groups bond through inside jokes, why vulnerability often hides in punchlines.
I'm not sure what you just said, but I'll just DTF down to frolic.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So yes, being funny is sexy.
Yeah, keep on saying that.
Well, it's not just about making someone laugh. It's about making them feel seen, relaxed, open, and in a world that's often tense and overly curated, that sense of ease is magnetic.
Some people just lack the ability to laugh at themselves. Now that's where I come in.
Very true, Bob.
Yeah.
There's a kind of laughter that bubbles up when you're with a close friend, you know, the kind that starts with a silly look or an offhand comment, and before you know it, you're both gasping for breath and your faces are flushed and your tears are streaming and someone has snorted. Maybe one of you actually rolls off the couch. It's undignified, it's ridiculous, and it's absolutely glorious.
Absolutely glorious indeed. Yes, life is not a box of chocolates. It's more like a mixed bag of vegetables with freezer burn.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This kind of humour, raw and spontaneous, isn't about clever punchlines or rehearsed jokes. It's about shared history, that weird inside reference that, you know, you can only make with a certain person, the mutual understanding of each other's quirks and the safety to be utterly yourself.
Ever notice how some people talk louder when they drink? That's why alcohol content is listed by volume.
Good one, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
In those moments of laughing your head off, the rest of the world fades. Stress dissolves. Whatever heavy thing you were carrying just minutes ago gets shoved aside by this uncontrollable, healing absurdity.
Yay for absurdity.
Yeah, it's not just entertainment. It's connection. It says, you get me and I get you and we can laugh at life together.
Oh, yes.
That kind of laughter is rare, and when it happens, it doesn't just lift the mood, does it? It bonds you to someone in a way that few other things can.
Geez, that's true.
It's one of the clearest signs that you're not alone. Not really. Not as long as someone else is snorting beside you.
Snorting?
Yeah, snorting with laughter.
Don't kid yourself would be a great slogan for a condom company.
That's great, Bob.
Yeah, I have the right to remain silent, but I completely lack the ability to do so.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Humour can and does appear in the most inappropriate places.
Ho, ho, ho. Love me some inappropriate.
Hold up, Bob. I'm talking a little bit about history.
Oh, yeah, great. My favourite subject.
History books are full of powerful rulers, grand battles and epic speeches.
Oh, yeah, righto. I like an epic speech.
You do. But sometimes even the most feared leaders get outsmarted by the unexpected. Just ask Napoleon Bonaparte, the legendary French general who once lost a battle to an army of rabbits.
Really? Yeah.
It was 1807.
Oh, yeah, 1807, a fine year.
Napoleon had just signed a peace treaty and wanted to celebrate with a hunting party for his officers.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening.
His chief of staff arranged a rabbit hunt and had hundreds, some say thousands, of rabbits rounded up. But there was a twist. Instead of wild rabbits, they used tame, domesticated ones. So when the cages were opened and the rabbits were released, they didn't scatter. They charged. To the rabbits, Napoleon and his men didn't look like hunters. They looked like the ones with food. The fluffy stampede swarmed the emperor and his entourage, climbing up their boots and tugging at coats and causing chaos. Officers flailed, horses reared, and Napoleon, conqueror of nations, fled in retreat from a wave of hungry bunnies.
Never make contact while eating. Oh, no, hold on. No, never make eye contact while eating a banana.
Thank you for that, Bob. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's all right.
Imagine being one of the soldiers that day.
Yeah.
Watching your mighty leader run from puffballs with twitching noses. You'd probably laugh. then pretend you didn't. It's a reminder that no matter how powerful someone may be, life has a sense of humour. History may remember emperors for their battles, but their funniest moments make them human.
Oh, I love it. The police just pulled me over and said papers. I said scissors. I win. And I drove off. I think he wants a rematch because he's been chasing me for 45 minutes. Oh, me, oh, my.
That's funny, Bob.
Yeah, shot my first turkey today. Scared the shit out of everyone in the frozen food section. It was awesome.
And that's where we'll leave it for today, on a laugh or at least a smile.
Nice. Hey, wait, we're not going.
We are, Bob.
Oh,
But we'll be back next week.
yeah, okay then.
Whether it's a perfectly timed punchline, a ridiculous meme, or that one friend who can make you laugh even when everything's falling apart, humour connects us. It helps us cope, question the world, and sometimes just take a break from it.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Yes, when you need that break from the world, humour is a welcome guest. So maybe the next time you find yourself in a tough spot, try to find the funny, however small. It won't solve everything, but it might just shift something. Watch some funnies on TV, YouTube.
Me?
Yeah, you, Bob. Yeah, we'll watch you.
Yeah, or listen.
Yeah. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who could use a laugh. Seriously, pass it on. We could all use a little more humour in our lives. So until next time, keep laughing, keep questioning, and remember, if you're going to take life seriously, at least do it with a sense of humour. It's a great self-care tool. So, say g'day to the family for me, give the kitty cat a cuddle,
Meow.
and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then, bye.
Bye!